Okay, so now we are on module 3 and unit 1. So in my last video I told you that at this point we are really shifting gears and we are moving from microeconomics to macroeconomics. And if you remember, I told you these are the two broad branches of economics. One just concentrates on individual decision making. The other one sees how the economy works together as a unit, as an entity, and it really tells you the big picture of the economy. And it is important for us to understand both these branches of economics because there's a lot of interconnection between these branches. You know, one really affects the other because what is happening to your economy really affects your life so much. Often we don't realize that because we don't get a perspective of that. We think that, you know, whatever is happening to us is just because of the decisions that we are taking, but more often than not it is also a function of what is happening in the macroeconomy. So in this module, in module 3, we are really looking at what could be different indicators. Can we really understand these indicators that tell us what is the situation in the macroeconomy in our country? So module 3 is really about understanding the macroeconomy, and it is about understanding the indicators that tell us about the current situation in the macroeconomy. Now in module 3 unit 1, we are going to look at gross domestic product, GDP, and we are also going to look at gross national product or GNP, and module 3 unit 2 we will look at unemployment. So these are the two indicators, the gross domestic product and the unemployment. These are two indicators that tell you about the health of the macroeconomy, and also interestingly there's an inverse relationship between these two indicators. So whenever the GDP of a country is high, the unemployment is low, and the other way around. And we will see as we go through this module, we will see why there is this inverse relationship. What do we mean by GDP? How is the GDP calculated in the economy? What things go into GDP? What does not get included in GDP? Similarly, as we move on to unit 2, we will see what are the types of unemployment, what is the meaning of unemployment rate, what is labor force participation rate, so on and so forth. And once we covered this module, we will be in a good position to understand the different indicators of the macroeconomy. And going forward in our last module, module 4, we will talk about the macroeconomic policies and how government policy making could really influence the health or the status of the macroeconomy. So in the next video that's coming up, let's start talking about GDP or gross domestic product.